Now we have a data model. We can insert data from admin part. But we want to create our web page where we can insert data. In order to do this, we need control part. It means we need first templates that includes HTML, CSS, and second views that include functions, and third, if necessary, forms. So we need three things. First templates, then functions, then forms. Now we are going to create forms.py file for Django forms. It's possible to build Django application without forms, but it is recommended to have form because forms makes the work easier by helping to define and manage forms within an application. By using forms.py, we can streamline the process of working with forms in Django, making it easier to handle form data, perform validation, and render forms in templates. It promotes code organization, reuse, and maintainability within our Django application. First, we import forms from Django and import data from the same dashboard folder. Then we create a class object and name it as DataForm. Now this DataForm class is defined as a subclass of forms.modelForm of Django. Then we create a meta inner class within the DataForm class. Now it helps us specify the metadata and configuration options. For example, data model and the fields of the data model. Let's remember, the model fields we are using constantly in every file. They are name, worked fields, academic fields, worked industry, invested time. Now we can start view function that handles the processing of the form of data form and the rendering of the index HTML template. Let's define our function and name it as index. You can name it whatever you want. Then if request.method equal post, then request post from this data form, we can name it form equal, then if form is valid, let me correct this bug. If form is valid, then we save it. Form.save. After that, return, redirect, and name of the URL. This URL sample will be replaced with a functionable URL link soon. This URL doesn't exist yet. First, we must create function to provide this URL. Let's go on. Then else return new form. Then return render in brackets request. This template sample will also be replaced with a real template soon. Template HTML is not created yet, so it's just the sample here. Instead of this form in this rendering part, we can create a context and place our form inside this context. It makes our code cleaner because passing data through the context dictionary, we can dynamically render data and variables in our templates based on the specific needs of our view. Context equal curly brackets form as a string and form. Now it's time to create the URL patterns. First we create file url.py. Inside it we import pass from Django URLs. Next, we import index from the same folder, dashboard.views. Then URL patterns. Then square brackets. Inside square brackets, there should be path. And brackets. Inside these brackets, viewers.indexed. Oh, sorry. This one is not the way of importing. It must be from dashboard viewers.index name equal. This name can be anything. It can be Pinky name, Banana, or my name Josiad, or Maria, or dashboard index. You can name it anything you want. Let's create our second function before creating next URL pattern. We define our function. We need our data model to retrieve all instances of it. We write our model data.objects dot and retrieve all. Now it returns a query set, which is a collection of our data model objects. We will see what it means when we jump to the template rendering and HTML part. We can copy this ready code snippet and change a little bit. Predicted stack object will be replaced with the context dictionary. Now we need the same comment node because we have to replace these templates with the real templates. Now let's go back to our URL file. Let's copy paste this path. Now it's time to copy this functionable URL, let's say, and replace this sample URL with this URL. And we can name the name parameter whatever we want as it is mentioned above. Then we need templates to replace these fake sample templates. Inside this templates folder, we can create index.html file. Then we can copy and replace sample templates with this template. Let's get rid of these node comments. Now we create another HTML template and replace the sample template with this real template. Now let's see how our URL is working. Server address / predictions. Oops, it doesn't work because page is not found. It means our URL file is not included in the main URLs. Pass in brackets, we can leave it space, include dashboards.urls. Now our URLs are included in the main URLs. Now let's try again. See, it worked. Congratulations. But there is not anything to see here for now. We could write something on the same HTML file. Which HTML file? Let's test this index URL and index function renders index HTML. Let's write hello pinkers here in the HTML. Voila! Then let's try this prediction. As we see, there is nothing for now, but it will be soon. We go to the predictions URL that routes the request to the views.predictions function, and predictions function renders predictions HTML. On this HTML, we write, here will be Pinker's tag prediction. Congratulations, it's working. Yay!